Welcome to EdTech Tuesday. I'm Jennifer Gibson.
And I'm Rich Dixon.
Hey, we are going to, you actually showed me a little bit of this, so I'm super excited about this EdTech Tuesday because we know so many of you are starting to flip your classroom. So Rich, tell us specifically what we're going to talk about.
All right, we're going to talk about a tool called Screencast-O-Matic. It's great if you are doing flipped classroom, being able to record yourself, some content, a lesson, anything that you want to publish in video. And the best part about it, it's free.
Free, we love free. Okay.
Other great thing about it is it doesn't require downloading or installing any software. It works just from their website. As you can see it on the screen here, you can visit screencast-o-matic.com. And when you get there, you can click on Start Recording. And in a few seconds after it's done loading up, it'll be a little bit slower than if it were software that was installed on your computer. All right, so once this comes up, we will have a screen here, and we can click right in this box.
The frame there.
And we can frame whatever we'd like.
So you don't have to actually record like the whole screen or your desktop. You can actually focus in on that specific thing, which I really like about that.
And you can drag this thing over, and there's a number of different features that you can utilize. First of all, to take a look before we record a sample, is it will actually go out, it'll detect the microphone, and you can choose. In this case, I'm using the built-in microphone.
All right.
Another thing to take
Can I ask a quick question on that? Would you recommend them having a more professional microphone or a separate microphone than the one built-in?
Certainly, if you have a headset where you have a microphone connected to that, it's going to help keep down the echo and make the sound feel a little bit fuller.
And those aren't too expensive. I mean, I think you can get those
for $50.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then under here, we see that there is a list of different resolutions. And what I would recommend doing is starting with small HD.
Okay.
You may want to do more. The more complex you make this, though, the longer it's going to take to download and to play and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, and also for others to be able to have access.
Yes.
Okay, I get
Notice, too, it will record full screen as well.
Okay.
So once you do that, you can also choose whether or not you want your webcam, if you have a webcam installed on your computer, to record any portion of the presentation.
So that would be like you talking versus just screen capping. Oh, that's kind of handy to have.
Well, let's go ahead and start.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and count down here. And at this point, I can go ahead and I can demonstrate simply by clicking anywhere on the screen. It's going to take me to another page in this particular case. And there's going to be things that I can go ahead and capture. At this point, all I've done is just visit another spot on the Screencast-O-Matic website.
But if you were going through another site and it was math problems, you could be talking about how to use the site, where to check your answers, let's say Khan Academy or something like that. I really like that.
Let's think about this as well. Let's say that you were putting together a demo on how you want students to interact with one another in Google Classroom or in Google Drive, for example. You could demonstrate that and make a little how-to video. Again, if you have a lecture or other materials that you want students to work on at home, by using the flipped classroom model, you could absolutely capture that.
So once you're done, where do you put the link? Can you?
All
is it something you can embed right into a website?
Yes. When you're done, you can click on the word "done" down here, and then what's going to happen is you're going to see a couple of different options. Personally, I recommend that if you have a YouTube channel, you can publish it right there.
And you can edit right there as well.
Okay, editing requires an upsell, so you actually have to buy the pro version.
Okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to explore downloading the video to the computer, just as one way to do that. So I'm just going to call this a test, and I'm going to click on Save. And it's going to take a few moments, but it's going to download a copy of what we just recorded onto the desktop. And I can have that archived, and I can use it in a number of different ways. So as we're waiting for this to download, something to point out is that for $12 a year, you get the Pro version. And with a Pro version, you get a bunch of different editing tools, so you can cut and put different pieces of video together. You are also going to have additional features for downloading and putting these into different types of formats.
And I think that is a great thing to consider. If try the free version and see how you feel. And if you really get into this, having an editing tool set could be very useful.
One last important note is that the free version that we just looked at will allow you to record things up to 15 minutes in length. If you get the Pro version, you have an unlimited length of time which you can record. So that's an important point. Once it's done, it will say Save to Video. In this particular case, I chose to save it to the desktop, and it's ready to play, upload, or use in any other fashion.